St. John Ambulance. I'm sure many of you have heard of us before. You probably know us for our first aid classes and kit sales. Um, I feel like that's what we're most known for, and all the money generated from that goes to supporting our community services programs. So that's all of our volunteer programs that I'm here to talk to you guys about today. There's two main ones that I'll mention, and one I will say that we have a couple other programs though that we're working on. So we have a Life Smart program. That's more of a youth program that we bring into schools and we teach first aid and teach WHMIS, like a kind of a 2-day class thing. It's not really up and running here on PEI, but we're still working hard on that. And then we have SJA Connect, which is more of a youth program as well. And that's where you can do it virtually. We're actually revamping the program. So we did revamp it last year and then there was more to do. So we had some trial runs, but we did it virtually for about 10 weeks for an hour a week. It's really great for resume building for any youths out there. And then we also have our emergency response unit. So that is that's still a work in progress for sure. Nova Scotia is a little bit further than we are right now on PEI, but we're working on it. And it's where should an emergency disaster arise, we have the skills needed to be able to go out and assist. So anybody who comes through from like the volunteer medical responder side of things, which we'll talk about here in a second, they would focus on first aid. So setting up a shelter for first aid, and then anybody that comes in through the therapy dog program would be focusing on the psychosocial side of things. So should we get a first aid tent set up and we're providing first aid and we think it's really needed or another site would like us, then we can bring our therapy dogs in to then visit with people that are injured or just need the support. So I'll talk first about our therapy dog program because I also feel like that's pretty well known as well. So this is a program mainly for people who have a dog. However, I always tell people that if you know a dog that you have a good relationship with and you think would be a fantastic fit, feel free to come through the program with them as well. So what does the therapy dog program do? So we go into facilities that St. John Ambulance is approved to be in, and we visit with the clients there. So nursing homes, hospitals, airports, libraries, schools. So we were at UPEI a couple weeks ago, I believe, and also at Holland College. So you have regular visitations where you visit with people once a week or bi-weekly, and then you can do special events, which would be like if UPEI put a request in to have us there for like a mental health week or something like that. So how it works is basically anyone that has a dog that they think would be a good fit could apply. We don't accept any service or emotional support dogs. I know that there might be some misinformation out there right now just based on an article that came out. The information just wasn't clear, and I apologize for that, but we actually don't accept service or emotional support dogs because they are a working dog and they have a job to do. And our therapy dogs, it's a fun thing for both the handler and the dog. And the point of them is to be a therapy dog for the community. So they're not a therapy dog for the owner or anybody in that family or household. But yeah, therapy dog for the community, going out to places to visit with the community that could benefit from it. So we don't visit in a private setting either. No going to homes or anything like that. We always do it in a public setting. You pretty much come through an evaluation. So I think that's the next slide there. So it's the application process. So you apply online. I apologize I didn't put the information on here. I forgot to, but it's just on our website, sja.ca. Everything, we're trying to go pretty digital now. We just created a volunteer management system to help us out as well. So you apply online, you're asked for at least three references. Then you have an interview with the community services team. So that would be myself. Updated vet records. So proof of vaccination is important. And we do have like a preferred sheet we ask your vet to fill out. And yeah, it should have all the information that you need on there. And then basically the proof of vaccination and just the vet signing off on the form also indicates that they say that the dog is in good health to do a visit like this. Then we have a therapy dog mandatory pre-evaluation. So it's a call a lot like this, where it's about an hour or less, where I just tell you what's coming up, what to expect, all the rules and regulations. And then you do a therapy dog in-person evaluation, which is where you and your dog and all the other potential volunteers come in for, again, the in-person evaluation. And that's where we put you and your dog through some stressors and situations that that kind of simulate the facilities that you'd be visiting in. And then should you be successful there, you do a supervised visit in a facility that you want to visit with, and then you're good to continue visiting. And so the next program, one that I find is really popular amongst, I apologize if you can hear background noise. My Teams is just going off. But the next program I find is really popular with especially university and college students. I think it's on the next slide there. It's our volunteer medical responders. So volunteer medical responders are trained and uniformed individuals. They go to community events. We've been to car shows, wheelchair basketball, I believe at UPEI. There was Festival Route 11, I think, that it's something up in the western end of the island. I think it's newer. We've tried to cover that sometimes. So how it works is basically anybody can apply. We do tend to get a lot of students, like I said, and we tend to get a lot of like biology or med students. It's a really interesting way to use your first aid skills almost constantly. So you don't have to have any sort of background knowledge, even just like the interest and want to help people is fantastic. We will put you through the training. So we do kind of have standards around that. So, you know, you get in, we want to see you at a meeting, and then we'll get you through standard first aid is the minimum training. If you don't have any, that we'll put you through. And then after so long of showing commitment and attending meetings, which we have biweekly, which are all also scenario based, so very hands-on to continue using your skills at an advanced level. Then we try and get you into an advanced training, which is advanced medical first responder. And so that's the highest level of training I believe that you can get unless you were going to go into like paramedicine. So yeah, we put you through that, and then once all of that is approved, you pass everything, you're going to meetings. I mean, from the moment you have your standard first aid, you can start to go to community events and sign up online and just go to whatever works for you, whatever you're interested in. And then the advanced medical, you're always teamed up with someone. So if you only have standard, you'll always be with advanced medical. But then once you have advanced medical, you're good to kind of start leading anybody else that comes in. And then just on the next slide there, which I think should be the last one, it's pretty much the same application process. Apply online, everything's online right now, about 3 references. You do an interview with me again. I forgot to put this on the other slide, I think, for the therapy dogs, but same thing for them. We do need an updated criminal record and vulnerable sector check. We do the vulnerable sector just because you are dealing with vulnerable clients. The first thing we ask after all of that is approved is to attend a meeting, and which is we call a training night sometime. And then once you go to a meeting and you just make sure that it's still a good fit for you, you like everything, you like everybody, then we get you booked into a course. And then that's if you don't have anything to start with. And then once you have your standard, at least your standard first aid, you can start signing up for training opportunities and community events and provide first aid at the events. I think I kind of hopefully flew through that, and that's all I really had today.